Yeah, I receive several cases of parents complaining about their teenage or adult child where the child doesn't listen to them, doesn't share or discuss anything with them, doesn't spend time with them, has started lying, or has developed bad habits, always argues, shouts whenever they try to talk it out, always have frowning expression on face, and other similar issues. After I probe further and get into the details, their background and their parenting style, I observe some common behavioral pattern in majority of parents. I thought to share with broader audience as this may help many parents with younger child to avoid these parenting blunders or to course correct their parenting style if they are already facing similar issues. So when the child is much younger, he would excitedly share everything, isn't it? He'll jump around and run around and happily share his stories about lunchtime, playtime, classroom, friends, teachers, anything he can recall. And we would listen, smile, laugh with them. Even if he says that he has beaten another child or he lost his favorite pencil and is sad, we listen calmly and pacify him. The key word here is listen. We listen without judging, without blaming, without disapproving. We would acknowledge them and appreciate them for good stuff. We would make them understand if you feel something is wrong. Example, if we catch them lying, we won't say that you are lying. We would say lying is bad. Right? But in mid-teenage, when he comes home smilingly, happy and shares that today some of us bunked one class to watch a soccer match on our mobile sitting in the washroom. How do we react? Do we listen with the same smile? Without judging? Without any disapproval? We don't. We immediately start shouting. We judge how bad those friends are. We instruct him to stay away from such children. We start giving him gyan about right and wrong, about life, about career. If we continue to listen with same smile and attitude, without any judgment or disapproval, as we did when he was younger, he would have continued to share everything even now. But we did not. The child didn't even understand what happened. For him, it was just another normal activity he was sharing, like other stuff. But we immediately disapproved it. The boy, who always experienced smiles, positivity, appreciation, had to face a scolding and disapproval now. It's shocking for him. And later, when his father returns from home, the mom narrates the incident and the child gets another round of scolding and gyan. When he drew something at younger age, when he performed simple dance steps, or just did a somersault, we would smile and appreciate, wow, you're so good, kitna acha karta hai tu. We would show off to other visitors at home, isn't it? But now when he comes up with a painting, even if it's good, we would not smile or say, wow, you're so good. At the most, we would say, good, but don't waste a lot of time in this. You need to study to make your career. That's not an appreciation at all. We start talking with suspicious mind. We assume he's careless. We keep asking, where were you? Whom did you meet? Why are you so late? What were you doing for so long in your room? What are you checking on your phone? Even for their studies, at younger age, if you would get lesser marks than what we want, we would calmly say, no problem. This is also good. Work hard. You can score more next time. Our words and behaviors were so positive, isn't it? Our emotions were so understanding. But at higher classes, if the marks are even 1% lower than what we want, we shout at them. We show our disappointment. We immediately impose restrictions. Reduce spending time with your friends. Reduce usage of mobile phone. Focus on studies. We even use blaming words. Because you are always on your mobile, you're not concentrating enough on studies. Because you roam with that loafer friend, you're losing focus. We don't care even when his marks have still improved from the exam last time. We don't appreciate that. So if parents have high expectations and desires, it's not child's fault. Why should he take the blame? Don't we do this or not? So the child's experience have changed now from acknowledgement, appreciation, approval to rejection, disapproval, criticism, being ridiculed, being blamed. And he doesn't get it at all. Why it's happening? So after such repeated experiences of our behavioral changes he goes through, why do we blame him for hiding things or lying or not sharing anything with us anymore? They didn't stop doing that on their own. They always wanted to share. But we stopped listening. We stopped appreciating. We started judging. We started disapproving. We started restricting them. We become extremely instructive. Do this, don't do this. You can't go and meet her. You can't go out now. We start controlling them at a phase when they are learning to be independent. So it contradicts with their mindset. As the child is growing in a teenage, he's learning to be independent, forming his or her own opinion, making his or her own relationships. But we are constantly judging them. We are imposing our decisions on them. We need to let them take their own decisions. We should just be a guide, a coach, a mentor, counselor. Feed them with necessary information. Share your experience, observations, stories. Tell them pros and cons, the possible consequences. But give them complete freedom to make their final decisions and teach them to take full accountability for their decisions. The other blunder we do is how differently we react to a child's friend for some incident. Now, if the friends score less marks, we pacify them or say, it's fine, you can do better next time. Do we say the same to our child? If the friend comes up with a painting, we appreciate. If the friend bunks his class to watch a soccer match, we would smile and ask, so who won the match? And calmly make them understand the repercussions without being judgmental, without raising our voice. Do we do the same with our child? In fact, we would go on ranting, shouting and say, I'm ashamed that you're my child. Or being my child, how can you behave like this? Or you have got your dad's genes or mom's genes, not mine. So after a few such horrifying experiences and discriminating behavior the child faces, he starts learning and judging what we like and we don't. And stop sharing things he feels we don't like. And not hearing such things anymore, we parents feel so good about it. Wow! All our scolding and gyan were so effective that our child has stopped doing things we don't like. Sorry friends, they didn't stop doing it. They've just stopped sharing it with us. As the stoppage of sharing doesn't mean they stopped doing it, it also doesn't mean that they stopped sharing. They are not sharing with other people who show love, appreciation and approval to them, who do not criticize or ridicule them, who do not judge or blame them. And that's harmful. Those other people may sometimes be genuine well-wishers, but sometimes they may use the information for their own agenda, which may harm the child or further harm your parent-child equation. Every human being needs acknowledgement, validation, acceptance and appreciation. If the child faces disapproval by parents, they will seek an acceptance elsewhere. And as I said, that can be harmful sometimes, very, very harmful. Because to get that acceptance, the child will do what the other person asks him to do, even if he is aware that it's not right. Because he doesn't want to get rejected from that group also, as he has already lost the trust of his parents. So he'll do anything. And it keeps aggravating over a period. And almost becomes irreversible after a certain point of time. Take another incident. A child is riding a bicycle in the residential campus. There are some loose pebbles around. He speeds up and then suddenly the bicycle skids and he falls down. What does he need immediately at that moment? The first thing he needs is some support to get up. Right? The next thing he needs is first aid or treatment to heal up. Finally, once he feels better, he can be taught how to be careful while riding the bicycle. That he needs to watch out for puddles, slippery water surface, pebbles, etc. But if the first thing you do when he falls down is shout, can't you ride carefully? Can't you see the pebbles around? Why were you riding so fast? Then it's not going to make any positive impact. At that moment, he is under pain. He's not in a frame of mind to listen anything. He needs relief from the pain first. It happens with us also, right? When we get physically hurt and are in pain, do we like to listen to any advice at that moment? Or do we look for some relief first? Same rule applies to our mind and emotions as well. When the child scores less marks or has done something wrong and is already feeling embarrassed or inferior than his friends, he is emotionally hurt. He needs someone to support and listen to him first. He's not in a state of mind to take your criticism or listen to your scolding or advice. No. There are many such incidents which occur on daily basis. And we do the same blunder every day of not supporting, but instead criticizing, blaming, ridiculing our child. The more you blame, the more you push them away from yourself. If they don't score as much marks as you want, don't blame them. It's not their fault. If they don't play, dance, sing, perform as good as you expect, don't blame them. It's not their fault. If they fall for any peer pressure, such as cigarette, alcohol, drugs, or other such habits, don't blame them. It's not their fault. They're not aware of pros and cons. They don't know the repercussions. So instead of judging them, blaming them, scolding them, if you can just calmly say it's fine, it happens at your age. I understand your curiosity to experience such things, more so when your friends are doing so around you. Then he will sit and talk to you and listen to you. And then you can explain the repercussions, pros and cons, and he will understand. Please understand that cigarette is bad, alcohol is bad, drugs are bad, the child is not bad. So don't blame him. As early as you understand, you will be able to avoid your child moving away from you. You need to make the child also feel the same, that he is not bad. Whenever you become aware of some wrongdoing by them, either directly from them or through some other sources, first just say, it happens. Don't worry. It can't be undone, so let's think what should be done next. Use positive language. Avoid blaming or scolding. Be futuristic. So now, just introspect your own behavior, your parenting style. Parenting is a skill. Learn it. It evolves with every generation as the environment in which a child is growing is evolving too. What you learned from your parents or how you were brought up don't work anymore. We make blunders in our behavior with a growing child and then blame the child for getting disconnected with us. A growing child is a clay and you are the potter. I also keep repeating this in every parenting session, that the child learns what they see, not what they are told. So for example, if you tell them not to lie, it's bad, but then they see you lying, so what you tell them won't work. They will only learn what they see you doing. Remember, this applies not just to a child, but every relationship, even our spouse. Acknowledgement, validation, appreciation, space, freedom, complete sense of trust are basic requirements for any relationship. Hope this helps, and feel free to reach out to me for any help or guidance. Cheers. Thanks for listening to me. Please share this video now with others on your Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. To get notified about next videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon. We'll meet again. Stay happy.